Hello, guys. So this is wow. So a few weeks, I'm actually back home. But a few weeks ago, I was in Chicago for an impromptu trip. I had a meeting at my agency in Chicago. So it's just a snippet of like my journey there, leaving, and then also like what I like to pack, especially when I'm traveling with food, as well as like skincare and things like that. And actually, I was only supposed to be there for 2 days, for one night, 2 days, because I was on hold for a job here in LA. And then the job ended up releasing me, so I didn't have to work the next day. But then I had issues coming back because my my flight was delayed because there's always like a lot of issues in the Midwest. So whether it was snowing or whatever was happening, my trip got delayed. And so I just like changed my flight to Sunday. I was supposed to come back on Friday, but then I came back on Sunday and I had a good time with my friend. So I got to visit her, hang out a little bit more, and then return back home. But that was like, oh, and then in the middle of that, I actually had an audition, and it was just like crazy stuff. Like I always feel like when once something like goes down, just like my flight being delayed, and then everything else just like kept getting piled on top of it. But we made it through. We moved. But yeah, I'll let you guys see a little bit of my journey. And so these are the stuff that I'm bringing to Chicago with me. My toiletries, medications, this is gonna be my fit. You know, Jack is ready. She's ready. It's gonna be fun. So I usually like to pack some food for breakfast. I packed these overnight actually. You can go see them on my Instagram. And the first thing I like to do when I get to the airport is buy a bottle of water, because most of the time you're not going to get it until a few hours into the flight. So I like to have that in hand. And I just like to stay hydrated through the flight, because that airplane ride can dry you out. So it's nice to have that. And then consume my little breakfast through the flight. I just like to have things that are not heavy. This is overnight oats that I had made, and just a little banana, so that way I always have some type of nutrition with me. It's golden hour right now. It's so pretty. I'm so dehydrated. Like, look how pretty the city is. It's beautiful sunset. So beautiful. I'm really just watching YouTube. I'm so tired. I realize that I'm tired. Like, I'm exhausted from the flight. I woke up at like 6 a.m. So maybe I was thinking about going to get dinner. There's this place called 3 Arts Cafe. Let me turn this off. That I've been there before, so I really like it. Might go there or somewhere that my friend recommends. I just had a chicken parmesan, so it's a little heavy, but I was up to still go somewhere to have dinner. So because my friend was not in town, she's actually in New York that night, I had decided to take myself out to this Mexican restaurant downtown, and it was the best choice I made. I just like to go to places, and most of the time when I'm working, I'm usually eating by myself. That's the fabulous model life. And it was nice. It was such a good meal. It was like this lamb that was like braised, and I think it's considered a barbacoa, but it was the best choice because I only had one dish, and then had me a nice glass of red wine. and the whole place was such a beautiful vibe. The bathroom was amazing. I took some photos in there and selfies. So the next day was time for me to get ready for my meeting at my agency. And I decided first by giving myself enough time in the morning to actually do my routine, have some time to relax. But also I wanted to go to the gym because my friend has this amazing gym in her building. It's literally a state-of-the-art, beautiful gym. And I just wanted to enjoy it for a few hours before I had to go to my meeting, just so that I have a good sound mind, but also I'm ready. I actually played some basketball. This is the only time I ever get to play basketball is when I visit my friend in Chicago, so it was so nice. And just being a kid again, I played basketball when I was a kid, so it was a lot of memories. I cannot reiterate how important it is to feed your inner child, just to give yourself those little moments of just existing in that and seeing how much happiness you had when you had no expectation on playing this sport. Next, I did my meditation via the Calm app, and I just like to do 10-15 minutes a day just to prepare myself. But this one especially, I wanted to be in a mindset of abundance, especially when you're going into meetings that involve business. You want to make sure that you're in a good mindset, but also you're thinking on abundance and not having some type of lack mentality, because then that stops you from actually having to advocate yourself and make the best business decisions for yourself. So for this, I just made sure that my skin was very moisturized. Usually for modeling meetings, they don't want you to have a lot of makeup on, so most of the time it's very minimal, if any. And I just did a little light foundation, did my eyebrows, a little bit of my eyelashes, and that was it. So I kept it clean because I will be taking digital, so I want my skin to really show and shine through.
I'm excited to make art in the dark.
Next was my outfit. I wanted to just wear jeans to this because I had only literally packed 3 things with me when I packed to go to Chicago because I thought I was only going to be there for just one night. But I brought a pair of jeans, a tank top, a little turtleneck sweater, put on my jacket or my coat, and grabbed my book. And this is a Bell Hooks book called Communion that I'm reading. I didn't bring it for anything else, but I wanted to hold my comp cards with it. I didn't want them to get all smushed. So I just put them in the book. It was very interesting because they were asking me about it. So it gave me a little chance to actually talk about the books that I'm reading currently. And then it was time for me to do my digitals. For this, it's very simple look. Obviously, you can see I'm just wearing jeans, some shoes, and a tank top. And just to keep it simple, have like minimal movement. It's mostly to show your beauty. They'll literally just direct you and tell you what angles to do. But most of the time, you're just standing there. This takes less than 5 minutes, and it's very easy. Just finished my meeting, so I'm gonna go to the Art Institute. So pretty. Beautiful city. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. I'm gonna find the Africa room. I think upstairs is the European room, so it's gonna be like quick. So the next thing that happens is I found out that I had an audition. So now I'm just setting up the lighting and where I'm gonna stand. And then also my friend's brother was there, luckily, so he was my reader. This is a very family effort most of the time. Because my friend wasn't there, we had decided to basically just cook dinner for ourselves. And I really like just making meals for my friends. And this was really nice to actually have a little chance to sit down and talk. And I'm in a different city, so I just wanted to enjoy it a little bit more. And this is me just sunbathing. I like to catch the sun as much as I can. And my friend actually arrived this day, so it was really nice. She had a DJ event at Versace. So we got to go down there and enjoy it for a little bit before going to dinner. And that day was the day that I had to leave the next morning. So we at least got to enjoy ourselves and go out, have a little bit of a meal, because I was flying out literally the next morning. Let me just... Yeah, so this is us in the city enjoying ourselves at Versace. And then took a little ride to our dinner, and that's it. I really enjoy Chicago, even though it was only a few days. But I'll see you guys in the next video.